Yo, it's your boy Ado. I'm back with another video. I'm going to be discussing the 4-4-2 tactics and player instructions and how it can help you get elite or just improve your gameplay in general. So, just first thing to say is do not play the 4-4-2 variation because it's not as good. I know it's got 2 CDMs, but it's just not as effective as the normal 4-4-2. So, if you do like what you see and you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. So let's get into it. We'll start with the sort of dirty end of football, so to speak, and we're going to change the defensive style to balance. And the reason for this is I used to play on drop back and sort of low depth, but I feel like you invite pressure way too much and you're less likely to concede if you've got the ball. Basically, it's the Pep Guardiola way, so to speak. And if you're playing on drop back, it's up to you, but you might as well just drop the depth down to 1. But I personally suggest balance and 4 depth. So this is the ultra defensive, but this is basically your defensive tactics. The defensive is going to be your balance because I assume that most people start with a different formation for chemistry in game, and then attacking is attacking, ultra will be the ultra attacking. So offensive style, you got 2 options when you're using a defensive tactic for your offensive style, and the first one is going to be obviously balance, and your secondary one will be possession. This depends on your preference. If you obviously want to keep the ball more, this is going to help you out because you're going to be inviting a lot of pressure with your defensive formation, especially on drop back. So maybe possession suits you more. If you're playing on balance and 4 depth for your defensive tactics, then balance will suit you more for that one. Width, we'll leave that on 5. Players in box, we drop that down to 3. Corners and free kicks is 1. You're not looking to get counter attacked at this stage. Just maybe in the 70th minute where you implement this style, 80th minute, depending on your preference. So the primary objective is obviously not to concede. You want to hold on to your victory. Alright, so this is the 4-4-2 formation. We'll just quickly switch him over. Player instructions: stay back while attacking with both fullbacks. It's essential. If you don't know, you should know, and now you know. Anyways, centre mid, stay back, cover centre. The other centre mid, stay back, cover centre as well. The wingers we're gonna put on come back on defence, and we'll also put him on. We'll put him on getting box across just to give you options if you are gonna counter attack and so forth. And we'll do exactly the same for the opposing winger. Come back on defence, getting box across, and so one striker we're going to have on comeback on defence and false 9 or mixed attack. So basically you want one of the strikers to act as a cam, as basically like a 4-4-1-1 sort of thing, give you a bit more support in midfield. And the other striker you leave on getting behind just to give you an option if you do want to counter attack. So that's the defensive style. Now we'll go into this is going to be your balance formation. Defensive style, balance, width 5, depth we leave that on 4. Offensive, I like to leave this on balance as well. I've tried them all out for various reasons. Balance is the best, basically because with possession, for example, you ain't got that many options because you're passing it short, and with long ball it's the complete opposite. You don't got many options because you're just playing direct sort of counter attacking football. So balance gives you more variety. Width 5, players in box, you drop that down to 3, and corners and free kicks is personally up to you. You can either leave that on anything from 1 to 3. I would suggest for your balance. I personally leave it on 2 or 1. I don't really feel like it changes much. I don't want to concede from my corner, and I still have a lot of players in the box even when it's on 1. I don't know, it seems to not even work anyway. So I just double check the ultra defensive. So players in box, I forgot to say this, you can either leave that on 1 if you're going to play the drop back 1 depth, or if you want to leave it on the balance then you'd also leave that on 3. Right, back to the defensive formation. So that's the tactics done. We'll go ahead and switch the formation to 4-4-2, switch Ronnie over. Instructions. Right, so stay back while attacking, another essential again for the fullbacks. And your CDM or centre mid, stay back, cover centre. And I'm going to explain why you should do it for both, because a lot of pros might be telling you that you should leave one on balance and both on cover centre, but I really disagree with this, and 2 reasons for this is the skill gap between a pro and most other players is massive. They keep the ball, they hog the ball 60-70% possession, they dominate the game, and they can deal with having one of them on balance. And the second reason is most FIFA players, they do not have 94 or 92 rated Patrick Vieira. I don't know, whatever ratings they are. Not everyone has these sort of the best players in the game, and it makes a huge difference when you've got the best rated Hullet in midfield as opposed to having someone like Kante, someone like, I don't know, Vidal, Sissoko, those sort of players. So I put them both on stay back, cover centre. You're going to have both your wingers on getting box across just to give you more options. And this time we're going to change the strikers to getting behind, both of them, just to give you more options. You can trigger runs doing L1X or whatever it is on Xbox, but generally you want them both to be on getting behind just to give you more options and drag the sort of defenders out the way. So that's the defensive balance, and now we'll do the attacking and defensive style. This kind of depends on the scenario in the game. Maybe if you're 0-0 and you feel like they're very defensive and you want to break them down, then yeah, you might sort of go more attacking and go fast build up or something like that. So let's say your game is, even you're 1-0 down, that's probably the sort of more likely time I'm going to use this tactic. I'm 1-0 down, maybe half time, 50th minute, that sort of thing. I don't want to go crazy attacking because then you're 2-0 down, the game's done essentially. So I'm going to have a slight variation from my previous balance tactics. So the main difference is press after possession loss. If you want, you can do press on heavy touch, that's preference. I prefer press after possession loss. 5 depth, 4 depth. And offensive style, we leave that on balance. Fast build up is going to be a bit too attacking, but if you want to try it out, you can. Width, 5 players in box, we leave that on 3. Like I said, this is exactly the same as they have one. The main difference is this, and maybe 1 or 2 from the player instructions. So that's the formation done. I'll just switch Ronaldo because it annoys me to see him there, even though I'm not playing him on the wing. Bear that in mind. Stay back while attacking. Fullbacks again. Right, so this time we're gonna have one centre mid on this balance. Your sort of more versatile midfielder, the one that can shoot. Basically, in my situation, it's gonna be Laurent Blanc because he's got more finishing than Sissoko. But obviously, bear in mind what their work rates are. His is medium high, so it kind of balances out a bit. So yeah, leave one of them on stay back and the other one on balance, just for your attacking formation. Right, so for your wingers, you're gonna leave them. I've just changed the complete wrong things. Get in box again, and then you're gonna do for both strikers, get in behind, and that's exactly the same as the previous one. The main difference, like I said, is the one centre mid, and it's gonna be the defensive style, but you can sort of change that slightly if you want. This is not the most attacking formation because you don't want to lose the game when you're 1-0 down. You want to be able to come back and score and hold on after. So last but not least, the exciting end, the ultra attacking defensive style. We're going to do constant pressure, and you want to get the ball back as quick as you can. It's either constant pressure or press after possession loss. If you want in game, you can run team pressure, which I believe applies constant pressure. So you can run that on press after possession loss, or that, depending on how attacking, you can change it in game, like I said. So we'll leave it on press after possession loss for now. Depth, you run that at 5 or 6. 6, you're looking to get the ball back as soon as you can. You're really susceptible for the counter attack. Maybe you're 2-0 down at half time, maybe you're 3-0 down. That's the sort of times you're going to use this, but you don't want 3 to become 6 because 6 is as good as a forfeit, and we don't want that. So 5 or 6 depth is the ideal. We'll leave it on 6. Offensive style, we're going to put it on fast build up. Our aim is to build up our attacking quick, as it says, as it shows, and try and get goals as soon as possible. On this game, it's very easy to be 3-0 down when you don't actually deserve it, so you are very able to come back. And width, 5 players in box, we'll leave that on either 4 or 5. I personally say 4 for that one because you've got more than enough players in there with that. And corners and free kicks, you can ramp that up to 3 or 4, up to you. Formations, let's go ahead and switch that. That's the right one there. Quickly switch him over. And the instructions, we're going to leave the fullbacks on stay back while attacking. And the reason for this is because you're basically playing with 2 wingers there. They're going to be bombing forward with the instructions we're going to give them now. So you do want to have cover because, like I said, you don't want 3 to become 6. So Centre mids, we'll leave one of them stay back cover centre. The other one is going to be balanced cover centre, and both wingers you're going to have on getting behind, getting box across, and stay forward. You want them to bomb forward, you want them to make runs, you want them to get in behind the teams. That's as simple as I can explain it, and we will do the same for the other winger here. And both strikers you're going to have getting behind, and then you'll have one of them on stay forward, and the other one you can do stay forward, but I personally leave it on basic because I like to have him maybe drop off slightly from the other one, but also make runs, just to drag the defenders out a bit and give you a bit more options. But that is it for the custom tactics for the 4-4-2. If you did like my video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Like I said, thank you very much for watching. If you've got any comments and feedback, please write them down below. And until next time, leave me one more thing to say: good luck and safe.